just wrapping up now with the Gigante interview. Rita Gigante, all the way from Tappan, New Jersey. Well, actually, Tappan, New York. Used to live in Old Tappan, New Jersey. What an interview. It was one of the most intriguing, one of the most thoughtful processes I've ever gone through. Her speaking about her father, the relationship with her father, with the relationship with her mother, her siblings, and even going into the other family that she had. There is just so much more that we can talk about, and we are going to. We're going to have to do a part 2 at some point. It was that much. Jersey Jay-Z joins the podcast. He was here today. Brought Rita in here. She drove by herself, but brought her in as a guest. Made the contacts and kind of set up. What were your thoughts? Firstly, what were your thoughts? First of all, of how she? Let's talk about how she reacted towards the story about her father.
You can tell there's a sort of a strained relationship there, but she actually does love her father. You can tell she does, and I think she healed herself with everything she went through.
Yeah, I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what to expect when I first initially had contact with her. I didn't know if she would have. I don't know if it would be more of like resentment towards her father, sure. Because that life was tough. That's a tough life.
Very tough.
You look at Michael Francese's life. You look at the Gotti's lives, Sammy the Bull's lives of their family. It's a tough life.
It's very tough.
A lot of infighting. A lot of just a lot of stuff that goes on that you don't realize. You think it's all glitz and glamour. It is not.
It is not.
No way. And they'd probably give up every dollar than to have that kind of life.
Yep.
And that's what we found out there.
She also talked about how when she does her,
the medium and the faith healing. That was the more amazing part for me.
That was unbelievable what she picked with you.
How she picks up that just yesterday, me and my wife were talking about going on vacation. And of course, I don't go on vacation much at all, if ever. And then she picks up on the fact that Michelle had said yesterday, we got to book this vacation. And I'm like, I really don't know if I can. She sat right here.
Yes, she did.
Right here and told me her ex-husband, who's since passed, said, you have to take her on vacation. Mm-hmm. It actually gave me goosebumps. And I was like, how in the world did this woman, is she that much of an empath that knew that was that we were talking about yesterday?
Yep.
It is incredible. It is a gift that she has, and I would encourage anyone who has any questions, excuse me, about the other side, to reach out to her and go to one of her healing processes or one of her healing classes. I know she has a Patreon channel. I know she has a Instagram and a Facebook. But going to one of her classes and attending one of those classes, if you at all have any healing that you need, it'd definitely be something I would look into. You saw here,
yes,
the emotion of the two women that were in here.
Yes, I did. You can tell when she's here the energy that she has.
It's almost like she's the conduit between the person from the other side and the person that is here now.
Yes. When you talked about Michelle's husband who passed, when you said you were baking in the middle of the night and you would see him, you said. When you started going through that story and she's saying he's trying to reach out to you and say thank you, I was behind the scenes and I could see how just emotional the girls got.
Oh, it was crazy. Michelle's not emotional much at all. And to have her sit there, she felt that.
Yeah,
because, you don't, to lose your husband at that young and then not know what he's thinking, because that was it. Once he'd passed, you don't get to talk to him again. That's it. But to have someone who can talk to him, that goes without saying. And you could see the emotion.
Yep.
Rich's wife was in here also.
Yes.
They discussed some things that they're going to do afterwards. Incredibly emotional. It's behind the scenes. I will not put that out. But to have that kind of person in here for our podcast.
Yep. Yes. And she would have stayed longer, but obviously she had a commitment she had to take care of. But again, where she's going to come back on.
She's going to come back. We have to do a part 2. I 100% want to sit there with her and go over, because I think I went in a little bit I went in with her with the mafia stuff, and it was good. But the other stuff that she does is that's an intriguing part of her life that separates her from just a regular guest. That you say, oh, well, this woman does this, and this is who she is, and what have you. But this is different.
How did you feel when you were talking to her? Did you feel that energy coming off?
The reason why I did was because before I finished the sentence, she knew he wants you to take her on vacation.
Wow.
Now, how would she know that yesterday we talked about vacation?
Yeah.
And you could ask any of Michelle's friends. They talked about, and we have the text messages. I said, I can't go on vacation at that time. It's a busy time and whatever. She claims, and I do believe her. And then when she came out with it before I even finished the sentence, go on vacation. I never mentioned anything about vacation.
No, you did not. I was standing back there. You didn't say
nothing.
One word.
She said, take her on vacation, take care of her. But he also said something that was very important. She said that he told her he wanted me in her life.
Yes.
Because of who I was.
Yes.
And he said, I pushed him to you. And that really, you could tell, it really affected Michelle. Yes. Because, it's hard to lose your husband. Yeah. Hard to lose your wife, whatever it is.
And loyalty.
And the loyalty. Said, there's someone who's loyal, that will be loyal to you, and he's the one that you want. And this is why, again, we do this because we enjoy it. We get out there, but we're helping people. Whether you think it or not, we're helping people that watch us. If we can help one person in this podcast who could reach out to Rita and say, hey, I'm struggling with something. What is this like? I mean, then we've done our job.
Yeah. Because we were helping off camera too, what people didn't see.
Yep.
Rich's wife was here. She was very emotional. So there's a lot of things going on behind the scenes.
And she's, Rita's willing to come out again.
Yes.
Sit down, do a book signing. And I would imagine, and she's such a good woman. I would imagine her sitting there talking to people because she has that it factor. Like I talked about Jeremy Hassel, he has the it factor. When you talk to Rita, there is some sort of energy that comes off, and you look at her as a 5'1" woman. She's tiny, but she's larger than life.
Yes.
Now, whether she gets that energy and that charisma from her father or not, she's just a different person. Doesn't look at herself as a celebrity, just looks at herself as helping people.
Yep.
Like even she said, it wouldn't matter if I had all that money that her father left.
She would give it away.
Give it away. She didn't care.
Nope.
She's like, that's not what it's about.
Nope. She would have gave it away. And actually, even when she touched me, gave me a hug, you can feel that presence that she has. She's such a good person.
And it's an energy that flows from her body to yours and puts something there.
Yes.
And I was impressed.
Yes.
I really was impressed with her. I thought that it was a fantastic podcast. Rich has got a lot of work to do, that he wants to do some stuff in there.
When are you looking to be saying how long you think?
We're looking about a week. Now, Rich, because here's the thing. Rich was really into that.
Yes.
This is something when you edit, the editing is the longest part of this whole process. We had a couple cuts because her phone was going off, and it's hilarious. Some of the backstage stuff, and a fly was running around.
There that she said it was her father.
Yeah. So it's kind of like that stuff is a little bit editing is going to take a little bit. I would say a week because Rich is really into that. Jason Kingery's stuff will drop this week.
Okay.
And then it'll be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I believe. And then we go right into Rita Gigante. We'll sprinkle in between. We have a couple quick hits to do. A couple of the couple of StreamYards we have set up.
Yep.
I have a couple set up with a couple people.
Yep.
And that kind of stuff that continues, and then this could catapult us to getting something else. I know Rita has a big following.
Yes, she does.
We would love to get some of her connections to get on the podcast.
Yep. And they're already getting contacts.
We're going to contact, and that helps us grow.
Yes.
I do believe at some point we're going to reach that 1,000 subscriber mark pretty quickly.
Yeah, I think so.
And it's just those things, those little people that come on that'll help you. Look, Rita didn't have to travel 2.5 hours.
No.
On Route 80 on a Saturday morning because she left at 7, 8 o'clock.
Yeah, she left early.
To be here by 10. And to be here and ready to go and do that, and then come here, put on the performance she did.
Yep.
Stay for an hour and 20 minutes on an interview that was a hard out at 1 hour.
Yeah, 1 hour.
And she just said, no, we're good. Keep going. I want George to get what he wants.
Yep.
That speaks volumes to her as a person.
Yes.
And it speaks volumes to her as what she wants to provide as help. She wants everyone to know what her message is. And when I tell people, you tell your message and your story, so people don't put your story out there in their words. She does. She puts her story out there in her words, and it's all right in front of you. And it was an amazing thing. It was a great interview. It'll probably be about an hour. It's about 20 minutes. Editing has to go. Probably
She took pictures with everybody here.
Pictures with everybody. I forgot to have her sign my book, but she is sending me a picture of her father in a boxing stance, and she will sign that for me. I think ultimately what I got out of it was the mafia is not as glamorous as you think.
No.
It affects a lot of people.
It does.
And I could tell the way, although it's glamorized here in America, Goodfellas, Godfather, Casino, it's just not something, it doesn't last long.
No. Nobody walks away from that life.
Nope. Unscathed.
Correct.
And man, and when they tell you, they really tell you, although when they tell you, you don't get out alive, you don't, because it always drags you back in. And then I think once, talking about Vito Genovese and Vincent Gigante, I thought that they had the right mentality. They were quiet. You never heard Vito.
No.
You never heard him, Vincent, on a mic.
Nope.
Or on a telephone wiretap. And then you got into the Gotti years, and that was it. Everything blew up, and that's what it is. And even she said, Vincent was like, he's got to go.
You asked her about Rudy Giuliani also?
Rudy Giuliani. That's something that I never heard her talk about.
No, she never talked about that. You asked her.
And that's something, listen, when you listen to this, Rudy Giuliani put out there that Vincent Gigante was number 8. That's what he said. I tried to figure it out this morning. I wanted to double check because I wasn't sure about it. Excuse me. I double checked. He said he was number 8. Not true. Not true at all. He was the powerhouse of the mafia in New York.
Yep.
And that was clearly stated by Rita today. And definitely. She would know. And she went into the detail about how Vincent tried to kill John Gotti.
Yeah, the feds warned John Gotti.
And they warned him.
Said he's coming after you.
Be careful. And he just brushed it off like that, but Chin almost got him.
Yep.
And then I think Chin was kind of just done with it.
Yep.
Said, you do your own thing, you do whatever. There's so many other questions I want to ask her.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many.
Yep.
She had that heart out. And I didn't want to keep her too long. She stayed 20, 30 minutes longer than she should have.
I actually wanted to talk to her about Nana.
Yeah. It's an amazing thing. It's an amazing thing because you have both sides of the stories. You have a mafia stuff, you have the media stuff. There's so much out there.
Yep.
That involves everybody's life. We all know about the mafia, but what about the stuff inside your life that you question yourself? You question yourself about what's out there. You question yourself is somebody watching? You question yourself am I doing the right thing? And she's got the answers.
Yeah.
She has the answers. I can sit here and unequivocally say, this person has the answers.
Correct.
This was a great podcast.
Yeah, it was.
And I think eventually what I'll do is cut this up pretty quickly as fast as I can. This little short take, put it up there, put it on there, let you guys know it's coming out.
It's coming.
It's going to be a good podcast.
Yep.
And in the meantime, like and subscribe to the Zapata Brand Podcast. We're going to have things dropping here almost daily. And when you see what we have coming up down the pipe, stuff on the 19th of October, stuff on the 17th of October.
Yes.
You're going to be surprised that we can get these guests here. Some of them will be here. Some of them will be on StreamYard.
Yes.
But ultimately, if you can, please like and subscribe and share to the channel.
Yep.
This will ultimately provide us the revenue to bring those guests in and have the StreamYard put up for them.
And where can they buy shirts?
They can buy shirts at podcast@thezapatabrand.com. Podcast@thezapatabrand.com. If you go there, put in what you have, and then we'll get back to corresponding because the website is getting set up now.
Okay.
If we get 200 to 300 more watch time hours, there will be a shop underneath our YouTube channel. You can buy it right from there. It makes things a lot easier.
A lot easier.
But I mean, I know this wasn't one of those upbeat, quick hits that we usually do.
No, but
this was a small one, but it was very important for us to get on here and let you know the emotions are still high at this point. We want to do that and let you guys know this was a great interview. I didn't know what I was getting into, but boy, she exceeded what I expected with my expectations here tonight.
Rita was unbelievable.
Unbelievable tonight. But as I say in all my podcasts, don't be envious of what I've accomplished in my life. Be inspired by what you can do in yours. Jersey Jay-Z, you're out of here.
I'm
We'll
out.
see you next time.
You got it.
Bye-bye.